Hi, welcome. Today I want to talk with you about control and how control relates to the autumn season within Chinese medicine. My name is Mallory. I'm a physician of classical Chinese medicine, and we can use the 5 elements within Chinese medicine to help us not only with the season that we're in and the upcoming season, but also help us to understand our personalities, our characteristics, our tendencies, and even our own body types. Since we're in the fall season, let's take a look specifically at fall and how the season relates to control. Go ahead and close your eyes for me and just imagine a metal sheet and think about all the ways under extreme pressure that you can mold and change that piece of metal. You can make art out of it. You can create huge buildings and structures. You can build homes. You can make a kitchen sink and kitchen appliances. I even have a water filter that's made out of metal. Metal is strong, it's sturdy, it's resilient, and it can be molded and shaped into anything. It offers us adaptation and flexibility. You may relate to the metal element if you have found yourself to be mentally and physically fit and strong. If you like structure and to be organized, you may find that you like to have a clean house where everything has a particular place that it belongs. You may also enjoy analyzing, whether that's analyzing data, people, situations. You may also thrive in daily rituals. When our metal element is imbalanced, we can lack spontaneity, we can resist change, we can find ourselves getting disgruntled or diseased about changes that we can't control or trying to control situations. We can also become uncomfortable in chaos and disorder. The opposite side of control is going to be for those people who lack structure and organization, love spontaneity, thrive in chaos and disorder, and that really just go throughout their day as they please without any sort of plan, rhyme, reason, habits, or patterns. And what the autumn season and metal teach us is that within the world around us and the autumn season, it's going to be really windy. We're going to see a lot of rain. There's going to be cooler temperatures. There's going to be a lot of elemental things that we cannot control. So that metal structure, that sheet of metal, has to stay strong. Otherwise, it's going to get blown around and damaged by the natural elements, those weather elements that I described. However, if the metal element doesn't have some sort of flexibility to it, it's going to get beaten up and tethered. And this is where resistance comes into play. So if we're trying to control people or a situation and we're getting angry and mad, we're becoming that stuck metal sheet that's not willing to be malleable in the situation, which is then going to make things harder on us. What we want to do is offer ourselves a little bit of flexibility where we can. And this means doing things like maybe planning out your day and scheduling in some free time, or planning your day and thinking about the need or the want to be spontaneous and being able to move things around so that you can accommodate that spontaneity. We want to watch our rigidity when we're trying to control people and situations, because the truth is we can't control people or situations. We can only control our response and our reaction to those people and situations. So Chinese medicine also associates organs as well as channel systems with each season. And the lungs are the organ and channel system that are represented by the autumn season. And the lungs are all about expansion on the inhale and contraction on the exhale. So think about people who are spontaneous and like to have fun and don't live by rules and regulations or order and structure. They're very expansive, they're very free, they're free flowing. Think about when you have structure, organization, or maybe when you're trying to control a situation or a particular person, that everything within you kind of contracts. It gets very short and moves inward. And that might make it difficult then for you to breathe, because you're not open and available to opportunities or to options, or even to allowing yourself to receive what that person or situation or even your day is trying to show you or give you. Now that you know more about the personality tendencies relative to the autumn season and the metal element, think about where you can expand and contract more in your day-to-day, or even in your relationships, even your relationship to yourself. Are you giving too much, and do you need to do more self-care and set aside time for that self-care? I want to encourage you to look at your day and see where you can maybe attach another habit to a habit that you're already doing. So waking up, going to the bathroom, taking your supplements, your Chinese herbs, and then attaching something else on to that habit that you've already developed. Maybe you wake up every single day and you do the same things in the same way, in the same order, and when something disrupts that, you get frazzled or angry. Well, perhaps wake up, do the same things, but just in a different way or in a different order. Or I would encourage you to do something that takes you out of that regimen, but then puts you back into the regimen. Personally, I am not much of a metal person when it comes to structure and organization. I like a lot of freedom and to kind of just go with the flow and do what I feel like doing, but this isn't something that always serves me. So I do very well by following a calendar plan, having sometimes hour by hour what I'm going to do and how it's going to happen, and then what's going to happen after that. And then I always leave a little bit of time extra for that spontaneity, or for me to say, hey, I don't really feel like doing that today, so I'm going to move it over here where I have some extra time, and then bring in that downtime that I had planned for into that particular space within my calendar. You really can bring this idea of contraction and expansion, inhaling and exhaling, into all aspects of your life, not only just your day-to-day, but your relationship, your finances, the way that you eat, if you don't eat too much or if you overeat. You can also think about how you relate to yourself. Are you really hard on yourself? Do you need to kind of lighten the reins a little bit and give yourself an opportunity to really breathe and take in the world around you while still getting the things done that you want to accomplish? Remember, the metal element is all about being strong and sturdy, but it's also about adapting and offering yourself some flexibility. So if you relate to the more organized and structured side of the element, scale it back where you can and bring in that adaptation and flexibility. If you relate more to the spontaneity side and the free-flowing side of the metal element, which can go with the flow of the weather that's happening around us, maybe bring that in a little bit more and offer yourself some structure, some new habits and patterns to help make this season more joyful for you and to help you accomplish those things that you've been wanting to accomplish but just haven't felt like doing or feeling motivated to do. I hope that this video served you, but most importantly, I hope that it encourages you to take action on your relationship with yourself and how you relate to the metal element. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week.